What's up, everybody? Welcome back to My Twisted Life TV Poetry. I am Poetry. You are here for a brief discussion on This Is Us. It's not going to be a full recap. Been having some technical difficulties. I'm behind on videos, so I'm just going to talk about the episode for a little bit. I've seen a lot of your comments. You guys were like really excited for me to see this episode. I was excited to see it as well because it was going to be about Beth and bringing some backstory in for her. After 3 years of watching this show, we finally get to know a little bit more about Beth. However, I wasn't as moved as a lot of people was. I understand why people were moved, but being from the background that I have, it gives me a different viewpoint or perspective on how Beth's story played out. From what I could see, Beth has a very proud mother, one who does not like to show weakness in any form or fashion, and that may be due to I heard her say that she was going to push Beth as hard as her mother had pushed her, so that came from her mother's being very stern with her as well, and that may have come from a time of being involved in the post-slavery era where black people as a whole is not supposed to show weakness. You know, we are the most aggressive race of people there is. We are so stubborn. We got attitudes. We're loud. We're this, that, and the third. We have to be strong even in the face of pain. But at the same time, you know, like I say, it's just, I don't know, we have a catch-22 race, pretty much. You can't show weakness, so you want to fight back tears and not show too much emotion, but then we too over emotional, you know what I'm saying? So when Beth's story started off, her and Zoe are riding back to DC. Remember last week her mother hurt her hip and she got a phone call and she was concerned that her mother broke it again. So you know, she's already had a recurrent injury on this hip. As they're driving down to DC, you know, she's telling, Zoe is basically telling her, I'm gonna need you to back me up into trying to get her to convince her to retire from her job. And she don't want Beth to clam up this time. And Beth is like, what you talking about? I don't clam up. Yeah, you do. You're the one who always clams up when it comes to your mother. You will never say your opinion. I got this sun in the wrong spot. I'm trying to figure out the best way to get it so it's not directly. Hold on for a second. You gonna eat that? My bad, y'all. Vito's out here with these damn lizards, and every time he eat one, he gets sick. Go play over on that side. Leave the lizards alone. Okay. So, she was like, you know, I don't clam up. You know, I speak my mind to my mother, which basically we already see that's not what happens. And you see Beth herself is a kind of very disciplinary type of mother. The girls look at Randall really as the fun one, and Beth has always been the disciplinary, but I don't think she's at the level that her mother is, because they seem to be afraid of her mom. Beth hasn't even told her mama that she ain't got no job. Because Zoe is surprised, like, she ain't on your head about trying to find another one. She's like, nah, she ain't said nothing really. And Zoe's like surprised about this. She had to think about it. Wait a minute, you ain't told your mama. No, she ain't told her nothing. She's gonna wait till the last minute to tell her so she wouldn't have to hear Zoe's mouth on the way down there about her not standing up to her mother. So the actresses that they had playing Beth, those two little girls look so much like her. The casting on that was superb. In addition to the way that they look, just the way that they act, they caught her character and her role so perfectly. Her demeanor, her facial tics, everything. Those two little girls, I don't even know if the middle child was supposed to be a little girl. She probably was a grown-up and a teenager. Them two characters played the heck out of that role. Phylicia Rashad's character, basically, I don't care what role I see her in, she acts the same way. She portrays the same type of person with the same type of personality, and I'm not saying it as a bad thing, but Phylicia Rashad to me has been typecast because she never gets out of that role. I never see her, even in her comedic role on The Cosby Show, she was still had that same type of delivery in her role. She talks very stern and stoic, and even when she's smiling kind of like you ain't sure she playing or not. You know, that's how Phylicia Rashad delivers every character I've ever seen her in. If I'm wrong, show me a movie. Somebody tell me a TV show or a movie that she's been on that she has not played this exact same role. So she's good at it. But I think she's been typecast over the years. Like I said, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, but that's just something that I noticed. So as far as like who she is as a character, as a mother, that's her. She plays those roles, and she plays those roles well. Well, as a little girl, Beth liked to dance. She was in dance school, a dance class, and some well-known academy came to the school, and they picked her to be one of the people who joined the academy. What I hate about people that do that, these schools, the academias that does this, you get selected to join the school. They're going to pick that one special one, but they're not giving you a full ride. You still got to come up with the money. So the parents are now going to have to work extra hard to get Beth into this school. At first, her mama was like, nah, I don't know about this, you know. We're going to have to check this out. But the daddy was very encouraging. Like, you know, our baby been dancing since before she could walk. This is our little island girl. That's the name of the title of the episode, Our Little Island Girl. So he was very encouraging. You see that there's a bond that he has with Bethany. I always thought her name was Elizabeth for some reason, but Bethany. That Beth has with her father that she doesn't have with her mother. Her mother gives off this sort of disconnect, and even though the father loves and adores this woman, you can tell she's very cut off. Like even when we opened up the episode, she was walking through the high school and this young boy was late for class. Okay, so she scolded him about being late. So he tried to say, okay, I know I was late, but hey, I got a B on my test. So like what? Okay, last time I got a C. He's trying to show her that I am doing better. Okay, well, next time get A. So it gives them no stir step for being happy. They can't celebrate their small leaps and bounds. She just wants you to get to the end goal. Okay, forget about that doggone B. Your goal is the A. Get the damn A. And that's basically how she was doing with Beth. She told Beth that if you're going to be in this school, you're going to do what it do, baby. We don't need no half-stepping. Because, like, she's going through all these years and years and years of training for one dance at the senior dance. She wants to land that solo role. And her, she's thinking, like, you're going to do all this? We're putting all this money here, doing all this extra work and hard training for one dance? And she doesn't understand that all these little steps and stages, every time her instructor gives her a compliment, every time, you know, because he was very encouraging to her and told her how special she was. The thing that her mother wasn't doing, like I say, her father always bragged about the fact that she could dance, and she didn't deny that she was a great dancer. She just was like, she didn't want to praise the small steps. She didn't want to give her any wiggle room. You have to get to the end goal. Your end goal is to sign up with a big dance company, the Alvin Ailey Dance School, or something even more grander probably in her mind. It was almost like how we view these damn award shows when it comes to black entertainers, and let's use the Grammys for example, or the Oscars. Is that a good one? Oscars or Emmys, whatever. Something to do with acting. Let's use that one because I can't think of the music one step by step. Oh, I could use the music one. A black entertainer, a musician, whatever. They get a BET award. And that's a prestigious award in our opinion, especially for black people to get a BET award, I guess, whatever, you know. But they're still looking like if they don't get a Grammy, they ain't shit. Like, they can't put a value on the steps that comes in between to getting the big enchilada. You know what I'm saying? However, I think that, you know, shit, if that's the creme de la creme of the black community, then fucking accept that shit and be happy with that. Same way, like, that's one of the things that Monique was saying as an actress. Like, people wanted to talk about the fact that she hasn't did this, that, and the third. She doesn't, when in comparison to Whoopi Goldberg, I'm using that example, how Whoopi Goldberg is a 4-time, she's a Tony, Oscar, Emmy, and a Grammy Award winner, and But when I did a comparison, I was saying how Monique actually had more awards. She had like the NAACP award. She had all kind of different levels of awards, but they weren't as grand as this big enchilada as Whoopi Goldberg had received. So in Beth's mom's mind, I don't give a damn that you won an NAACP award. You ain't won the damn Oscars. You know what I'm saying? So if you can't even get the damn BET award, what makes you think you're gonna get the Oscar? And that's pretty much what happened in Beth's case. You know, there was a new girl that came to the school, and it happened to be a new black student. I wondered if they were playing on the idea of colorism, even though that they didn't have Beth directly address it, because Beth is, you know, a fair-skinned black girl, and she been putting on a little thickness in herself. You know, she ain't got the typical bony body, and then they bring in this really dark melanated sister who has the typical ballerina body, and she's instructing them on how to do the next dance move. And Beth didn't get her solo her senior year. She worked through all these years. She's trying her best. She's doing everything she got to do. She's trying her best, and she didn't get that solo. Well, her daddy got sick. He ended up with lung cancer. He didn't even smoke. And I think there was another TV show that we watched that somebody got lung cancer and they didn't smoke. And it was basically hinting on the fact that how you can still get cancers even though that you're doing everything that you're supposed to do, and how unfair, you know, cancer could be. I hope I explained my analogy right when I was talking about, you know, the awards and stuff like that. But anywho, I live close to the airport. Y'all hear all these planes. Her dad had got sick. So, of course, Beth was blaming her being in school for her dad being sick, because they're doing all this extra hard work trying to make the ends meet to keep her in the school, right? So she was going to give up school altogether because they got to pay for his chemo. She wanted her daddy to live. And her mom was like, no, you're not quitting. We got you on this path. This is what you're supposed to do. You're sticking in school. You don't get to choose that you're not going to stay in the school. But after she didn't get that solo, her mama was like, well, you need a different path. This ain't working out for you. She brought her in this book for different colleges. Like, I gave this to your sister and brother. You need to look this up yourself and find you a good college. She's like, Mama, you know that wasn't a dream. The dream is for me to go off to Europe and get into this dance school. And she was like, you're not going to do that. Matter of fact, you're not going to even do that. You're not going to even go to New York and even try to tempt for companies there. We're not going to waste no more time on that. I'm not putting any more money into this school. And like I said, it didn't even have to do with the fact that the daddy, you know, wasn't around anymore. It didn't have the fact to do with them using the money to pay for his services or what have you. It's just the fact that she couldn't achieve a part of the path. She couldn't get onto that stepping stone that her mama want to have. Like I said, forget about the B, but you couldn't even get that B, so ain't no way you finna get to the A. So we finna cut this out right now. So her mama made her give up on that dream. She had a discussion. Her mom, like I said, with the hip injury, she refused to sit her ass down. She don't want to use her walker. She damn sure ain't finna retire, because we don't show weakness. That's not what Clark people do. The Clark sisters, the Clark brothers, the Clark family, we don't show weakness. So I think when they found out that her dad had cancer, she didn't even want them to cry. Come on in here and let's get this table set. Zoe was like, can you give us a minute, dog? I mean, he just told us the man has cancer. And the father was like, you know, you heard your auntie. Go on in there and get them dishes done. But no, Beth did at least try to come give her daddy a hug. But yeah, it was like her mother did not, you can't show weakness in this family. And not making that step, not getting that solo, in her eyes was a sign of weakness. And I'm not going to continue to let you fail. So we're going to choose a new path for you. And the reason why I'm saying, I think people said, they were telling me that they were crying to this episode. I think the reason why I couldn't cry, because me growing up, I didn't have encouragement, period. Like I said, my mother came to my track meets. I remember her doing that. I got all kind of awards and stuff. I was always in honor classes, and my aunt collected my awards. You know, she kept them all, but nobody was encouraging me to push her harder or even push for a dream. I could ask them right now. They couldn't even tell you what I wanted to be as a child. None of them knows what I wanted to be. When I decided to go to the military, nobody said, no, don't do it. Oh, you should go. I didn't have one way or the other. It was like I was deciding my life for myself. So I don't fully grasp having a parent that wants you to do so well that they become the dictator of your life. That's the way I see it. I believe 100% her mother loves her, without a doubt. She has love for her kids, but she wanted them to be the best. There was nothing less. You can't be good. What Merida's mom is still on Grey's Anatomy. You have to be exemplary. You can't just be good. You can't settle for ordinary. You have to be extraordinary. You know. So yeah, like I said, she wouldn't even allow them to show any emotions. And Beth was saying that's why my sisters and brothers don't even come around, because around you we couldn't breathe. We couldn't take in a breath to feel sadness. We couldn't take in a breath to feel a sense of joy. We couldn't do anything around you but what you wanted and needed us to be. That's all we had. And when Paw died, we had no other choice. You know what I'm saying? He would at least go to bat for us, you know, try to give us a little wiggle room. He'd probably be the one sneaking in my ice cream when Mama told him no. That type of situation. It's gnats flying. I need to spray out here. I'm going to take you back in the house in a second, Vito. Hold on a second. Oh, shit. I need to spray the yard. I hate to spray off and shit like that on me. But, so, at this point, Beth realized how much she loved dancing and how she felt like her mother took that away from her. That was the only joy she had, especially now that her daddy was gone. Her mama took that away from her. She just cut that out of her life. So she feels like, you know what? I want to dance. Now, tell y'all the truth. I fell asleep on this episode. I fell asleep because at some point when I woke up, Beth was at home in the car talking to Randall. And Randall was pulling her up and dropping her off somewhere. I felt like I didn't need to back up and rewind. I just felt like I knew what was happening. She came home and she explained to Randall what was going on. Randall took her to a dance studio. I thought he had bought her a dance studio. That's exactly what I thought originally. But I kept watching after I woke up. And Beth goes in and she smells the chalk. She was a ballerina. She smells the chalk. She could feel the pine of the wood on the balance beam on the or is the balance bar. I forgot what that is. It's on the wall. I think that is a balance beam, balance bar. Whatever, you know, she could smell the pine in it, you know, see the glaze across the floors, the mirrors there, and she sees herself and she puts herself in the perfect form. I was like, you go ahead on, Beth. Go ahead on with your dancing self. And then Beth and the young Beth, they danced. Oh my goodness, it was such beautiful. I love to watch ballet. It's such beauty in the movement. Oh my God, it's beautiful. But I still didn't cry, y'all. So Beth danced, and she danced, and she danced. She had signed herself up for a beginner's class, and the instructor came in and was like, oh, you good. You good at this, girl. You know, our beginner's class is starting in 20 minutes, but I think you're going to be bored there. So she was going to try to talk her into going to the advanced class, but Beth said, you know what? Change the plans. I want to teach. I was like, uh-oh. So now we get an understanding, like when we saw the future Beth and she was running that dance studio, because she was running it then. This is how she got back to that point. And I guess this is going to be her new passion, is to teach. So, you know, her husband's the new governor, and she's going to be a teacher at a dance studio that hopefully she can help mold some younger children and help them get the chance that she didn't get to fully achieve when she was growing up. And that's pretty much the gist of this episode for me. If there's something else that I missed, something else that you want to touch on. Like I said, I wasn't able to draw in that deeper emotion like everybody was saying, oh my God, I cried so hard on this. Maybe you guys all know what it feels like to have a dream deferred by a parent, or You know, sometimes you have those little kids that's playing like little football or whatever, and then you have the parent who didn't achieve the dream, and they push it so hard for their child to get what they didn't get done, and that's not what their child wants to do. You know, that's the flip side of it. Maybe you guys have been in those type of situations. I just haven't. Right now, I think with my daughter, I try to be encouraging. And I don't know, I think that maybe I didn't push hard enough, because there were so many things that Keena wanted to do growing up, and when she didn't fail, I would try to encourage her to do it again. But if she didn't, then we move on. Let's go on to something else that you would like to do. And I know she's always talked about, you know, being an artist and drawing and video game design. She's been talking about that since she was like knee-high to a grasshopper. And at this stage, she still hasn't put herself in a position yet to really get what she needs to have done as far as that. I'm like, start your own web design, draw your own pictures, sell your own prints. I'm trying to be like encouraging, and she just doesn't have the belief in herself. So maybe because I didn't have anybody on either side, on the left or the right side of me, trying to encourage me, I don't know how to like effectively encourage her. I damn sure can't be. I don't consider myself a role model in that aspect. You see how long it's taking me to write my damn books and get my own damn books out? My damn daughter is my encourager, and it's about to start raining. So I'm going to have to wrap this video up, y'all. I just want to thank y'all for coming back. Thank y'all for being patient with me. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Please leave your comments down in the comment section. If y'all want to talk about anything that we're on in this episode or anything else that I mentioned, feel free to do so. Thank y'all for coming back. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. I probably said it like 3 times already. Peace.